Hello everyone, I am here to do just a quick little intro to this vlog because I filmed this 2 months ago. My birthday was in June, but then I just kind of made the vlog for a long time and I was really struggling to edit for a while because especially when I had so much footage, and it's just been sitting there because then I was like, should I still post this when it's been a million years? But I had fun making this vlog. I like celebrating my birthday and I just wanted to share with you anyway. You know, you can watch it, you don't have to, obviously, but I guess it doesn't really matter when I actually made it, you know? So there's gonna be some book hauls, some reading, some fun stuff like that, and I hope you enjoy. So let's just jump straight in. Hello everyone, so please ignore my wet hair, but I have a book to talk to you about, and I'm very excited. Even though I'm absolutely exhausted, I am working more than normal this week, and you know, physically I'm just like, I have one drop of energy left, but I want to tell you about this book. So I just bought it today and it is Cross the Line by Simone Soltani, and it has these sprayed edges. It's also a Lenny Kaufman cover, and like, how incredibly adorable is this? I'm obsessed, and I'm also super excited to read this book because I actually started reading it as an ARC, and I I have this problem all the time, okay? Either I request an ARC that I'm like, you know what, I'm actually not that excited about it, so it takes me ages to read because of that, and I feel guilty that I requested it, or I love it so much that I'm like, shit, you know what? Maybe I should wait for the finished copy to read it physically to have the ultimate experience. So that is what happened here. And I have no regrets, even though it's like a little bit stupid, you know? I just know I'm gonna love this. And I'm absolutely thrilled, especially. It could not be a more perfect timing as well, because I just read The Right Move by Liz Tomford, last week, and actually it was this week on like Monday and Tuesday, and inhaled it, adored it. There's a high chance I'm gonna read the third book in here, and you know what, let me just talk about that for a second, because this is the video where I want to be so indulgent. I want to do everything that I want, and including rambling about books that I am obsessed with, and hopefully, you know, someone's gonna want to hear that. And so as per usual, I tend to do this very often, and I'm sure some people would hate that, but I read the second book in the series first. Usually the reason why it happens is I hear people say that they loved the second book more than the first one, and that's the case in here, and you know, and then I read this and I adored it on such a level that I was just like, I'm gonna love the first book anyway, so I got the first book, but I read a few pages and I was just like, I am not gonna read it immediately because like, this is a very different vibe. After reading about Ryan Shea from this book, like, the standard is in heaven, you know, the standard is like the highest it could ever be, and so like obviously no one's gonna reach that. So just a whole different vibe. I still think I'm gonna absolutely love this anyways, but like, I just need to space it out a little bit more, but I think that I will love the third book more than the first one anyways, and so I kind of wanted to read the third book after the second book and then go back to the first book, but they didn't have the third book, so I did actually order that, and so I have 3 books coming in a package, but I don't know when. It's not today. But there will be more book hauls in here. I do want to buy some clothes on Vinted and maybe some earrings. We'll see if all of that will happen, you know, in this video and like in the next 2 weeks, but let's talk about this book now. So, it is a sports romance. And I also see 3 blurbs on here that just like are making me even more excited to dive in. And we have Fast, Furious, and Unforgettable by Belle Cabra, who wrote Collide. That is actually another book that's illustrated by Lenny, and a sports romance, and one that I loved. And that one I just absolutely inhaled, and it was everything. I have it somewhere back there, but like I said, I'm exhausted. I'm not getting up anytime soon. And so that's really cool. And then on the front we have Chloe Lee's, one of my absolute favorites, who says, "Spicy and sweet had me grinning from ear to ear." And again, I just, obviously I read 42 pages in the arc, and obviously that's not much, but it's the kind of case where it already gripped me. Like, I just feel the vibe, and it's exactly that kind of like amazing, super addicting sports romance that it just like hooks you from the start, and it's just super fun and entertaining, and it's exactly what I want right now. Yeah, So I actually think I'm gonna read more of this today, and I don't tend to read physical books after work, because I get home at 9 p.m. and I do go to bed late, but usually I'm just like, I literally don't even have the strength to hold up the book physically. But today I think I want to read this because I've been thinking about this all the time, and literally I just feel like I got in the state where I didn't know what to read because the options weren't right, because I was supposed to be reading this. Also, let me show you this beautiful cup that I once got in an Afterlight box. Oh my god. Speaking of, that should actually be coming, like maybe tomorrow or on Monday, because packages arrive here on Saturdays, but I'm not sure if that's gonna happen tomorrow. They now do only like book only boxes, which I'm kind of sad about because I love bookish merch and I actually don't have a lot of it. But this says the perfect match because it was like a sports romance themed box, and I love it. It's such a nice material, and I have been realizing recently I love drinking from a straw, especially when it's, like a solid reusable straw. And yeah, anyways, let's talk about the plot. We have Dev and Willow, and it has like the best friend, brother's best friend trope, and they kissed. They're reuniting to work together. Willow wants to be, I forgot what it's called, like some kind of sports manager or something like that. Dev is, an F1 driver. Willow is gonna end up working for him because she needs a job. And she's kind of struggling because she's new and, all that. And Dev is struggling with his image because there's like a girl that said some questionable lies about him. And so he needs help restoring his image and whatever. And so he's gonna ask her to do that. And so partially they're both trying to avoid each other because they're like, shit, like I'm so attracted to you, but we should not be together. And then they're gonna work together, which is one of my favorite tropes. I absolutely love that. Forced proximity is like my favorite kind of like setting trope. And I also read Wild Love, which I unfortunately don't have next to me, but by Elsie Silver, and that actually has the same exact trope where it's brother's best friend. She also starts working with him. And, it's funny because, like, while these two are exactly the same tropes, it's such a whole different vibe. Like, so this is the first thing on the agenda, and the last thing I'll say is I think I want to reread Make It Sweet by Kirsten Callahan in here. Again, this is all about doing whatever I want, but I've been wanting to reread this for ages. I talked about it in my books I want to reread video, and like, it's time. It is time. And I just feel like the vibe, like, I just know I'm gonna love it. It is so floppy. The colors as well. Pink is my favorite color, but for some reason with my birthday, I like white and pink are colors that just like I associate with it quite a lot. I don't know if that makes any sense. So this is just like really giving me that vibe, and the book inside as well. So I really need to shut up because I'm talking so much, but yeah. So I'll go read a little bit of Cross the Line and I'll talk to you soon. Hello everyone. So it is the next day, I think. And I have the package I had to click and collect, and it was in a box wrapped like this. So I did open the box so that I could put it in my bag, but I haven't properly looked at these, and I'm absolutely thrilled to have them, and just, oh my god. So let's talk about them. Okay, so first one is Technically Yours by Denise Williams. It is so cute, and I wanted to get this for, first of all, a very exciting video that I've been making for a little while, and I really wanted some physical books for it. And I have heard about Denise Williams so many times, and I still haven't read her books, and I need to fix that. And I think this is some kind of like a celebrity romance. The blurb by Nisha Sharma says, a second chance romance, a workplace affair, and a love story that will keep you flipping pages until the very end. This book was such a joy to read. That sounds amazing. Next book I have here is Hate Mail by Donna Marchetti. This is, of course, another cover designed by Lenny, and I don't know this author well. I've never read from this author, and it is a contemporary enemies to lovers romance, and I have a love-hate relationship, you could say, with enemies to lovers. I love it when it's done well, you know, but I'm always very wary about it, and especially in contemporary, I think it's really hard to pull it off so that it's like not an unhealthy relationship, but still hate to love, you know? But this is really fun because they're like pen pals at first, and like it started in high school or something for like a school project, but they have kept it going. Instead of normal pen pal emails, they write these like hate mails. And they're gonna meet for the first time. That's kind of like all that I know about it, and I just think it's gonna be very entertaining and hopefully great, and I want to collect all of Lenny's covers, and especially when it's pink. Like, pink is my favorite color, and on covers I just love it so much, and I do feel like there's been more and more, but I will never have enough. So last but by no means least, I have Caught Up by Liz Tomford. I'm pretty sure I told you I'd be getting this, and this one is actually, I think, the shortest one out of the series, which, like, it's funny because I'm almost not happy about that, but I am kind of happy about that, though it still is, okay, it still is almost 500, so it actually might be similar to The Right Move, but it looks a lot, it actually, I don't know, does it look, okay, I guess it looks almost the same, but I thought it looked a lot shorter. Anyway, I don't even care. I am gonna love this. I am so ready. And I will read Cross the Line first. This is like calling to me so hard, and she will be read in this vlog 100%. So yeah, I have work for one more day tomorrow. I'm working more than I normally do, which and I'm exhausted. That's why I have still not done more reading, but I promise in the next update I will be talking about some reading that I'm doing. I will shut up now and I'll talk to you soon, hopefully with some reading updates. So I feel like this is a sort of hideous angle, but we're gonna go with it because my tripod is far. I'm very exhausted. And this way I can just, you know, have the camera on a stack of books and we can talk about the first official book we're gonna be reading in this video. I had to hold myself back from reading too much of this earlier before updating you because I took it to the bookstore and I'm obsessed with it, and it is Cross the Line by Simone Soltani. And look at these edges, look at this beautiful book, and it is incredible on the inside as well. But oh my gosh, I cannot get over how incredibly adorable and beautiful they both are. Like, are you kidding me? Obsessed. And I'm pretty sure I haven't mentioned this book in this vlog yet because I did just buy it like 5 days ago, I don't know, and I had a lot of work and I didn't have time to read it. But this is a book that I actually started the arc of it, and I was just loving it so much that I was like, shit, you know what, I need to get the physical book and read it then because I'm gonna love it so much, you know, and I want to buy it and everything, and so that's what I did. And I am very happy about that because I also just love this cover. I was gonna buy it anyways, and I just feel like, while I love ebooks, I just feel like I have really fallen in love with physical reading recently, and so I just want the full experience of holding the book in my hands and all that shit. So I'm obsessed with this. And so this is like an F1 romance, which, to be honest, I think I'm pretty sure I said in this vlog that I don't care about what sport it is, which is true, but I mean, I guess I do have some slight preferences and the like F1 vibe is not something that like does anything for me on its own, but our two main characters though are incredible in this, and I do love like the just the like overall vibe. It's kind of like I feel like the like she fell first, he fell harder. From the beginning, like he is like absolutely gone for her as well because they basically kissed like a year before the book starts, and it like, you know, changed everything for him, and he hasn't been able to get her out of his head and all that shit. And now they are actually going to be working together. He hires her to help him fix his like image on social media because he had like some drama with like a with a girl and whatever. And yeah, so it's like a forced proximity workplace romance situation. And I do always complain about the brother's best friend trope, and I rant about how it frustrates me. And so I'm definitely not reading this book for that, because like I do feel like it's quite a big deal in here, because another layer to it is that Willow actually dated a friend of the brother. I think his name is Oakley, and you know, they had this whole friend group that the ex-boyfriend was a part of with Dev and Oakley and some other guys, and it kind of like wrecked the friend group and whatever. But the ex-boyfriend was an asshole, and so, you know, and so like that kind of made Oakley more overly protective. It makes Willow more scared of, you know, wrecking any other friendships further and whatever. You know, which is valid. But I'm not gonna talk about it again for ages, because like again, I've ranted about it before, but I always get really frustrated because I'm just like, all I want, you know, is for the main characters to get together. And I hate when there's people standing in their way. It's funny because I partially like when there's conflict from like the outside world, but I guess it just needs to be done in a specific way. And in this way, I'm just like, to the brother, I'm like, just get over it. Like, chill the fuck out. Stop being so, you know, like possessive almost, or like territorial, or like, you know, I'm like, you don't like control your sister's life or even like the friends, you know? And like I said before, it's like, do you not trust your best friend? Like, do you think so little of him and stuff like that, you know? But again, it is a little bit more complicated in here. But the main thing is, I just love Dev and Willow. Like, they are just wonderful, and they have so much chemistry. I love all their interactions. They're just so much cuteness already. And I'm just like rooting for them so hard, and I want them to make out and like all that good stuff. And it's just wonderful. It's so easy to read. I'm just flying through it. It's that kind of experience. And I just love that so much. I'm a little bit worried that I'm too like physically tired to read a lot of it today, but if I don't finish it today, I'm gonna finish it tomorrow, because like again, I'm obsessed with this. And let's just look at the cover one more time, because they're just so stunning, and I love their outfits as well, and like everything about this. So I will shut up, but before I actually fully stop talking, I did get caught up by Liz Tomford, and I'm so happy about that. And I will be reading this probably afterwards, because I do have the first book as well. I don't know if I mentioned it already, but I just kind of want to keep reading ahead. I have updates, and I actually have a reading update, and I have a new book and a new little thing that I ordered on Vinted. That is a necklace and earrings that I'm absolutely beyond excited about. But let's talk about the reading update first. So I inhaled Cross the Line by Simone Sultani, and I loved this. I loved Willow and Dev. They are just like so cute and so sweet. I loved that they have known each other for a long time, and you know how they just, the whole journey of them falling for each other, it is like very comforting. I do have to say, it's not like a super angsty story. And if you really want, or you know, like very angsty romances with like super high stakes, a lot of tension, this is not for you. But if you don't want something super intense and just like super fun and addicting, this is perfect. I feel like this was exactly what I needed right now. I just wanted a lighthearted, comforting, addicting book, and that is exactly what it gave me. And I just adored every second. They're so right for each other. I loved the communication in this, and it just felt so safe and so good, and just absolutely wonderful. If you have not read this book or heard of it, you need to add it to your TBR. And I really hope that this book is gonna get hyped up, because it absolutely deserves it. And then I finally bought The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy by Megan Bannon, and This copy is also very floppy, and oh my god, I don't actually know. I'm pretty sure I vlogged about this book, but I don't know if it ever made it into any videos, and I loved it like everything I could ever want. It is a fantasy romance, and they basically write letters to each other like kind of anonymously. I think it's like a magical letter that like gets lost and accidentally sent to the other person, and then they just keep it up, and in real life they hate each other. And I absolutely love that trope in contemporary romances, and I thought it was the coolest shit on earth to read that in a fantasy romance, and it was just everything to me. But I obviously, like, I don't remember it that well, and I just need to experience it again. And I've been wanting to buy it ever since it like came out, and you know, every time I saw it at the bookstore, but it just never felt like the right time. And I think last week or the week before that, I got this sudden urge that I needed to have this, that I needed to read it. And they didn't have it that day at the bookstore anymore, and I was devastated. I am so excited. I need to experience this book again, and I think I'm just gonna dive straight in tonight. And you know, I am so ready, and I'm also very happy because like I think you know, I have a lot of the other vlogs going on, and I do think I don't want to vlog too much for the next week because my birthday, it's Wednesday right now, my birthday is next week on Saturday. And last but not least, let's look at the little earrings. So it came in this little bag, which I didn't expect, and I'm very happy about. It's very cute, and I love jewelry so much, and I have a brand that I love that's called Lovisa, or however it should be pronounced. And that is like the main place I've been buying recently. And they used to do like a lot of very big sales, and they haven't had one in a while, and so I haven't bought anything in a while. But I've been obsessed with Vinted, and I always forget that they sell a lot more than just clothes, and so I found this jewelry set that is absolutely exactly what I've been looking for. First of all, the earrings are very pretty. I don't know how I'll be able to show you. So they have like the little silver gems at the top, and then a little light blue one, which I absolutely love. I don't know if it will show well in this lighting, but the main star of the show is the matching necklace, and I also don't know how to show you that, but I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Again, we have the silver and light blue, and this is the main reason why when I saw it, I was like, okay, you're coming home with me. And I have a lot of beautiful big earrings, and again, most of them from the Lovisa brand or like some other stuff. And so, you know, these earrings are super cute, and they're actually like a little bit smaller than some of the ones that I have, and like a nice like in between like the super fancy and the like tiny, less visible bold earrings. And so I love that. But I have started making some like fashion TikToks and I have realized with a few outfits that I did that I don't have any single like bold necklace that would match the vibe of the earrings that I own. And so I'm so glad that I found this. So that is that for now, and I will talk to you soon when I read more and have other exciting things to mention. Hello everyone, so it is officially my birthday. I am 25 and this is also my third outfit of the day. So I actually haven't, now that I think about it, I was like, oh yeah, I've filmed some clips to show you, but now I'm like, I didn't film a single clip of the outfits that I had before, but I took some pictures. I got sushi with one of my best friends, and we went to the bookstore and I picked up some books, and 2 books that I'm pretty sure I told you I was hoping I would be able to get, and guess what? I did. First of all, I love how they're both purple in like a different shade, but they're both adorable. I'm just so happy to have them. I'm ready to devour them, and like, oh my god. So let's talk about what it is. So first one, we have 4 Eids and a Funeral by Farida Abike Imede and Adiba Jaigardar. And I have been desperately waiting for this. because I love Adiba's books. So they are writing this together and I'm so excited to see what it's like and just, you know, experience this book. And I don't know if it was in this video or another one. But I love YA contemporary books. I honestly usually read them first. Like when I buy a bunch of books, I read them first. I read them super fast, even faster than like adult contemporary romance a lot of the time. And so like I also just want to buy more of them. And yeah, so I'm so happy about this one. And the other one is 12th Night by Alexine Farrell Falmouth, which again is another name of Olivia Blake. And I have the first one right here, which is My Mechanical Romance, and I have started rereading it. I got to page 94, and so I don't know if I'll read more of it today, but I will definitely be reading it in the next few days. Obviously, I do want to finish the reread before I dive into this one. But I am so ready. This one, it says on here, online teammate, offline nemesis, game on. Ooh, oh my gosh, wait, is it like like You've Got Mail trope where they don't know each other? I love that I do not know this. If you didn't know, I never read synopses, especially when it's authors I already love and like, you know, read all their books. Okay, it is the kind of trope that, they like talk online in this game and don't like each other in real life, but they fall in love and I'm so ready. This is literally one of my all-time favorite tropes. I'm gonna read it 1,000 bajillion times, like every time I eat that shit up. And I haven't read it in a while, so I am so ready for this. And this one, I have been seeing like posts on Instagram about it, but I don't know exactly what it's about. It is a feel-good, hilarious, and gorgeously swoony enemies to lovers romance. Oh yeah, it is like, ex-best friends to lovers, like childhood best friends to enemies to lovers. We love to see it. Like, who doesn't love a good old, you know, like, rivals to lovers, forced proximity situation? So, I am so happy to have these, like, and also, let's just talk about the covers and how incredibly adorable they are. And yeah, again, also, of course, I got it for the buy one, get one half price, which I need to take off the stickers, but they do this usually for like most of new YA releases. They have recently, at least at my local bookstore, have not been doing it for any adult books, which annoys the shit out of me, but you know, at least I have this. So that is the Naked book. Look how beautiful. Would you look at that? Okay. Okay, so that is my little haul, and also earlier I didn't finish saying that in the evening I'm gonna go to the cinema with one other friend of mine, and I'm very excited for that. We're gonna get some food, go see the movie, and I'm gonna be rewatching The Fall Guy. I think it is hilarious. I adored it. I want to see it again. I have some other movies I could see, but I was like, you know what? I want to watch a movie I already loved so that I know that I love it on my birthday, you know? So that is the plan, but let's talk about some books that I want to read because I have a little while. And so, again, of course, I do want to read my Mechanical Romance again, but I think that while I love it so much, I have other books that I want to read more today. Number one is The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy by Megan Bannon. Why do I not have a bookmark in this? Okay, so I don't know what page I got to, at least 18, because I've been annotating it. I do not use tabs for annotating anymore because it just annoys me. I feel like it just exhausts me, and every time like it like honestly discourages me from reading the book because I'm like, shit, but like I need the energy to like do all that. So I just like highlight and write in it, which I know people hate, but I used to also be one of those people, but then I tried it and it was actually life-changing. So I only do it with like all-time favorites and books that mean a lot to me. So I am obsessed with this book. It's so funny because reading this for the first time, I was like, this is a masterpiece, best book I've ever read in my life. But then I just completely forgot most of the details, and so it's honestly, I'm kind of happy about it because now I can kind of experience it for the first time, but for the second time, you know. Anyway, so I absolutely do want to dive into this, and so I will definitely be at least reading some of this today, and I will tell you more about it later, I think, because I've been talking for way too long. And yeah. Another reread I'm doing, where I also don't seem to have a fucking bookmark. What the fuck? Is Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. I only also just read like the first 2 chapters or something. This is my first time rereading this, and I'm so excited about it. Talia Hibbert is like my all-time favorite author, and I think, like, I know I love this also, obviously, and I just need some of that like humor and fun, wonderful vibes. But then my last option that is like super calling my name so much as well is Make It Sweet by Kristen Callahan. And you know what, now that I'm saying this, I'm like, have I already talked about this? You know, but I guess I'm just gonna read like 10 books at a time today, because I want to get a taste of at least all of them. I don't know, I'm feeling really grateful and emotional, and also just kind of confused. I feel like at least for me, on my birthday, I just feel kind of like time isn't real, you know? I feel just so overwhelmed that I don't fully like process everything that's happening, and I kind of process it like as we go and like for a few days afterwards. But I actually have 6 days off right now because of the way like I moved my schedule around, and I am incredibly happy about that because it means I can get a lot of rest, I can have fun, I can read so many books, I can do so many things. And so we're gonna be doing that. That is that. My throat is starting to get very dry, so I will talk to you very soon. But let's also just have one more moment for this super cute dress. One of my friends actually got this for me last year for my birthday, and so I thought it was fitting for this to be one of my birthday outfits when it was a birthday gift. And yeah, I will talk to you very soon. Hello everyone. So I'm gonna make this quick. I need to take a moment for this outfit. I went out with some friends. It's the day after my birthday. I want to talk to you very quickly. I am exhausted. I came back home yesterday. I went to the movies, like I said, and I came back home like past 1, and I think I fell asleep like close to 3, which isn't unusual for me. I basically always fall asleep at 2, but I woke up at 10 and I couldn't sleep, and then I was just like in this weird limbo, like so tired all day. But yeah, I went out with some friends. I wore this dress. It's from Cider. I wore it last year on my birthday, and at first I was like, I'm not gonna wear it on my actual birthday again, because honestly, last year's birthday was kind of trash. We're not gonna get into it. It was partially nice, but there were some things that, you know, ruined it. But yeah, so this year I was like, you know, I'm not gonna wear it again. But then I was like, you know what? I want to wear it to the party. I felt really good. I also just love this necklace. I'm so happy I bought that and found it. And I really want to find more jewelry. But the one bookish update I have is I have been reading Make It Sweet by Kristen Callahan. I got to page 130 and I love it so much. I'm actually so happy with my decision to read this. I obviously absolutely want to read all the other options that I've told you about, but this one, it was just speaking to me. And you know, it is so much about like feeling lost in life and finding your way and falling in love and healing, and those are just my favorite, absolute favorite themes in romance books. And so I love it so much, and I think I'll tell you more about it tomorrow. Because like I feel like the second I lay down I'm gonna fall asleep. So yeah, that's like literally all I've been reading. Obviously I was actually home all day today. Yesterday, I basically wasn't home almost at all. Like, I had some time between, like, the lunch and dinner and whatever, but I was just way too, like, distracted, and, like, the whole weekend I've actually been distracted. And I'm like, it's fine, you know? It's funny because, like, I am trying to, I've been struggling with, you know, like, worrying about what I do every day and feeling like I don't do enough, or like just never being able to make the right decisions and feeling like there's a right and wrong decision. And so I always kind of try to be productive, but even like I make doing like not productive things, like chill, relaxing things, feel productive, because I'm like, well, okay, I need to relax and get some rest, so I should watch a movie, I should watch a TV show, and shit like this. And like I'm just like, oh my god, I feel like the decision making in my brain is a little bit broken. And I need to fix that. And I was like, if there's one day that, you know, I shouldn't worry about anything, it's my birthday. I felt like I just blinked and it was over. And I'm trying to think of it, first of all, as like, this is my birthday weekend. So today when I went out with my friends, it was like, it's my birthday, you know, even though it's like not anymore. And, you know, I wanted to have that like birthday speech. And I, again, think I'm gonna leave it for later because, like, again, as I said like 4 times already, I'm exhausted. But I feel good right now, you know? Like, I'm a little bit confused. Like, I have been feeling like I'm in this weird, like, timeless space. And I think I always get that on my birthday. Like, it just doesn't feel real. And my brain, like, it's a big deal for me, but in a way that I almost can't, like, understand it, and then it's over. And I kind of need some time to process it afterwards. But I don't know, like 25, I think first of all, it's such a cool number. I honestly do not like the sound and the feeling of 24. Like 24 was actually the first age that I was like, hold on, like this feels like a big thing. And I didn't feel ready for it for the first time. And I was a little bit scared of turning 25. I know that if you're older than this, you're gonna be like, it's nothing, you know? Like, I have been thinking about this a lot recently because at my job, I have a lot of younger people there. And so even like, you know, like 19 or whatever. So like a lot younger than me, not just like 23 or 22. And so it's something I think about all the time. And I'm like, oh my god, you know, like when I was 18 or 20, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm such an adult and I'm so cool and I'm so mature. And you know, it had its place. Like, I do think like I felt mature. I felt more mature than when I was 15, you know. But I think it's just like I've been thinking like shit, but you know, like it's actually not, the older I am, the like younger I feel like my age is, you know? And I've been thinking like shit, but like why don't people think that 25 is super young? Because it is. And now I'm just like, well, obviously every single age, you just have to process it as you get older. You know, like obviously 18-year-olds might think 25 is like old, but it's just older, you know, it's quite a lot older than 18. And just like, you know, people who are 25 think that 35 is a lot older, and then 45 and 55 and like all of that, you know. And I kind of had this feeling of like I needed validation from the younger people. I needed like the younger people to tell me, you're not old, you know, like I still want to be friends with you. I still think, you know, like you're super young and whatever. But I'm like, you know, I'm sure there's some like younger people who think 25 is super young. Just like there's people who think it's very like a lot. And all of it is valid. And obviously it also just doesn't mean anything in a way. And I don't know. I just want to say that obviously aging is a blessing, and that's kind of what I want to focus on. But also, I think it's okay, obviously, to feel a little bit confused and lost, you know? My instinct is to just kind of tell myself, well, obviously it's super young and I should just chill the fuck out. But also, obviously, there's like now people who, you know, I'm starting to have the experiences of like people my age are getting married and they're having kids and whatever the fuck, and that obviously is getting like more and more. And that can be a very confusing thing. I do not want kids. Honestly, I do actually really want to get married. Like, it's one of my biggest dreams, but I'm not in a relationship, and I do not expect to be in one soon. I am hoping for it. I always dream about it. Does it happen? Not exactly. So, you know, it's been really hard because I've been feeling like I'm behind, you know, that's like the main thing. I was like, shit, but I'm not ready to be 25 because 25 feels like the first moment that I'm like, you are an adult. Like, you are an adult, you're a young adult, but you're an official adult now, you know? 20 is like just dipping your toes into adulthood. 18, you're literally a fucking teenager. But, you know, and I was like, shit, like, I do not think I am where I imagined I would be when it comes to anything in my life. When it comes to my career, relationships, like mental health, and like my hobbies or whatever. But, you know, now that I'm saying this, I'm like, okay, but there's things, you know, like fashion. I feel like I really wear things I love. Not like every day, not absolutely everything. I want to take it a little bit further. But Like this dress, this outfit, like my 15-year-old self would be like obsessed with it. So excited about it. And another thing is, you know, I feel really bad a lot of the time about like my state when it comes to writing or YouTube, and how it feels like it never went anywhere and I haven't made any money with it, and it's not my actual job. It's just something I work on for, you know, have been for ages, and it's really hard to feel like I'm not behind in it. But I do want to just give myself space to feel, you know, angry, frustrated and all of that, but also remember that like the skills I've learned are also just so incredible and impressive, and the fact that I'm still here and I'm still doing this is impressive. You know, like I moved out, I moved to a different like country and whatever, and that's something that like I'm never proud of myself for that, you know? I'm like, yeah, whatever, like I should do more. I'm always like, but I should do more. And the thing is, I want to do more, you know? Like there's nothing I want more than, you know, to be a full-time author, to make money through the things that I love, to fall in love, and to like hang out with friends all the time. Like I haven't really made that many friends in the city, and like I just want to feel more settled, more at home and all of that. And I'm like, I can dream of that and want that while still being proud of myself for what I've already accomplished. And I'm gonna try to channel that energy in this new year of my life. And I don't know if any of that makes sense, but there is a song called 25 by Nikki DeMar. She is a YouTuber from like the 2015 era, and I still keep up with her, and she has made some music, and I have been listening to this song. I think, I don't know, maybe it came out when I was like 21 even, or like 22 or something like that. I was listening to it all the time. And I've been looking forward to listening to it now because I haven't been listening to it recently, like in the past year. And I was just like, okay, now it's gonna be like the actual age I am. And there's a line in it that's like, I might be behind on somebody else's timeline, but I'm doing just fine on mine. And that is something that I keep thinking about recently, or like honestly for a long time, but especially now. I'm like, obviously there's people getting married at my age, again, having kids, being rich, like having their dream jobs and dream homes and all those things. Just like there's people who, you know, like don't have any of these things, who are also like very lost or, you know, struggling and in pain and any of those things. And it's like, obviously it's just such a giant mixture, and it's really hard, I think, when your surroundings don't reflect your life. You know, one of my closest friends recently talked about how it's not about like me being behind, but like not having community and like that is in the same shoes as I am, you know, because like I don't actually have like none of my closest friends do any of the similar like things career-wise, and all of my closest friends are in relationships, which is really fucking hard. And I think it's so hard on so many levels because it's like you feel guilty for being jealous because you're obviously happy for the people that you love and you want them to have all the love in the world, but you also want it for yourself. And it hurts to feel left behind, to feel abandoned and lonely. And like all of those things can coexist. I really struggle at balance in literally everything. Like I'm like such an intense person that I feel absolutely, you know, either nothing or everything, you know? And so it's really hard for me to accept that like so many contrasting feelings can like coexist together at the same time. And I just need to like learn that and accept it, and it's okay if it takes time, you know? I have been in therapy actually for over 2 years now. And it's not something I talk about, but like it is something I want to be open about. I love, like some of my favorite books of all time are books that deal with mental health issues and like mental illness and whatever. And, you know, that talk about healing and like, you know, all of those things. And so I absolutely want to be open about it. And I have made so much progress thanks to it. It like saved me completely. But obviously it's another thing that's incredibly hard, and you just keep digging in deeper and deeper. And there are thoughts in my head sometimes that's like, shit, but like I should be healed now. I should be fine. I should be thriving. But first of all, mental illness unfortunately does not disappear. And second of all, again, you can heal from some things, but as everyone always says, it is not a linear process. But also, like, again, you might feel better, but then you feel worse, and then you like discover new things and you find out how some things work and where they come from, and it like hits you really hard. And it's just a very complex process. It is not something that just can go up and just be fixed and alright. And again, it's frustrating, but it's okay. So I just want to get to a point where I'm like, it's okay, where I just feel calm. Because I think I've been feeling so stressed, and I honestly, like, I grew up feeling like through high school and everything, like I was always in such a rush. I've been always like a very like fast-paced person. And it's really hard for me to slow down and to feel like, okay, you know, I'm gonna take a break from YouTube or writing or literally even just thinking about like what should I be doing and whatever. And it's really hard to turn it off, especially I think if what you love, like, you know, if you're an artist of any kind and like your hobbies are a job basically, even if you make no money from it, I think especially when you make no money from it, it makes it even harder. It's obviously just such a big challenge to have balance between having fun and relaxing, getting rest, and working, because it's like partially writing and YouTube and like all those things give me a lot of energy and joy and like good feelings, but also obviously it can be super exhausting and, you know, but I feel like I'm not making sense anymore. So I'm gonna shut up, but I will go sleep. I'm gonna go definitely keep reading this book tomorrow. And again, maybe we'll go to the bookstore, maybe we won't, but either way, I'm gonna catch up with you. Hello everyone, so it is time for some updates. If I sound a little weird, I have been having terrible allergies the past 2 days, and my throat feels terrible, and it's not a fun time. So yeah, but I finished Make It Sweet like 5 minutes ago, and I just love this book and I'm so happy. I mean, I didn't expect my reread to, you know, be like, oh shit, this book actually sucks. But I still honestly remembered so little detail about it that I didn't know what to expect at all. And I loved how like so much of it actually like surprised me, and it felt like experiencing it for the first time. And I'm like, you know what? Sometimes I'm like, wow, it's embarrassing that there are books that I say I love and I don't remember anything about them. But now I'm like, good for me, you know? And it's not like I forget every single book that I ever read. It just kind of depends. It's not even about, you know, obviously how much I love the book. I think it's just like about the timing or just the way that my brain processes it in the moment. But this book is just so beautiful and so sweet. And I need more people to read it. I feel like this is a type of romance that I would expect to be super hyped. It feels like quite like a crowd pleaser, if that makes any sense. I don't want to say that it's like basic or whatever, because I think basic doesn't have to mean bad. It depends on how you use it, and it's like, yeah, but this, you know, I don't remember exactly if I told you the plot of this or not, but we have Lucian, who is a retired hockey player. He had to quit because of too many injuries. And then we have Emma, who is an actress who was just killed off in her show that was, you know, super famous, like a very big deal, kind of like Game of Thrones-esque. And so both of them are at this standstill in their careers, and Emma gets invited to this estate in a small town that's like her aunt's friend, who is like Lucian's grandma, and so they live in this estate. And I love that. I forgot that part of it because I couldn't figure out like how they, like, you know, it's so funny that I forgot that, honestly. But I love that it's like forced proximity, but it's not like they're direct roommates. Like, it takes a little bit more work to like be in the same room, and I kind of love that because, like, you know, as a roommate's stan, I obviously love that kind of forced proximity and just like having to be in your space, but obviously there's something satisfying putting in some work to see each other and, you know, stuff like that. And just, oh my god, I love their connection and chemistry and the build up, and it is quite slow burn in a way that is like, it drove me nuts, but also I loved every second. Love that they basically just connect on such a deep level. Like, they're clearly attracted to each other and whatever, and they don't hide it, to be honest, which also is really fun. But they kind of become friends, and then they both know that they're attracted to each other, and they like make it known. They do not hide it, but they both kind of fight it. And it was just deeply satisfying. And I just love this book so much, and I'm so happy I reread it. And now I'm like, you know what? Like, I need to reread all the fucking time. I was just thinking, this book made me think of Ava Wilder's books specifically. I think it's How to Fake It in Hollywood. I have it just right over there. And I also have Will They Won't They, but How to Fake It in Hollywood I also read. Actually, was it the same summer that I read this? I think it might have been like a year after this, but I'm not sure. It's been quite a while as well, and I adored it, and something about it gives me a similar feeling. That one is actually about actors, and like both of them are actors, and adored that. Like that book made me realize how much I loved celebrity romances. And what I feel like I love about this is it like gives me the feeling of like a celebrity romance and a sports romance, but in like a more chill way, where obviously they're not like acting, she's not acting in this moment, he obviously isn't playing anymore, but it's still a part of them, it's not all of them, and I just like, I really love that. And so love this book. If you have not read it, you need to put it on your TBR. Like, it is sweet, it is sexy, it is fun, it is just so, it is meaningful and beautiful, and it has such strong summer vibes, which I love. Like, you know, it has not been sunny. I'm devastated. I also was really hoping that I would get sunshine on my birthday. I think like there was like a tiny bit of it, but it was certainly not a sunny day, and I'm just like, I'm literally begging on my knees, you know? And I mean, like, it's my fault for choosing to live here, but is it that hard? It could be sunny here. It's not impossible. Like, I've seen it happen. Because in my head, I'm like, it is so wrong. Like, June has always been sunny in my life. And so I'm like, it needs to be fucking sunny, you know? Because then it doesn't feel like summer. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk about that right now. So I finished this, and then I got a book today. I'm like losing my shit just a little bit. I got Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood, and the way that, I don't know, I feel like I blacked out the past month or two, because like I have known about this book coming out for ages. Honestly, it could even be like close to a year or whatever. Like, I keep up with new releases, especially when it's an author I love, and I absolutely am an Ali Hazelwood stan. I have read every single one of her books. I basically always read them right when they're released, and it's just such a satisfying feeling, you know, when you have someone you look forward to and like you get their book on release day and you fucking devour it immediately. Like, there's nothing better than that. But I did not realize, like, I saw it a few days ago that it was coming out this week, but I still just did not, it did not, you know, compute, and it still was not supposed to be at the store today, and I saw it and I was just like, shit, like, you're coming home with me. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I love this cover. I love how it's a little bit different from the other ones. It feels like very romantic, and I adore, of course, pink covers. Obviously favorite color, and I just feel like there's something incredibly satisfying about books, especially romance books, having pink covers. It just feels so right. And I have no idea what this is about. As I've established, I do not read synopses when it comes to authors I love. I might read it, but what I do know is this is supposed to be a little bit more like emotional and a little heavier than Ali's other books, so I think I want to find out in what ways so I can be prepared for that. So I think I will read the synopsis. But I'm so excited. I might drop literally all of my plans and read this. I might do that, yeah. But I actually did not go to the bookstore that I told you I would go to. I went somewhere else. We might go there tomorrow or after that. Again, like, I don't know. My decision making has just been absolutely terrible recently. And my body has been feeling really weird as well, and I like never have energy, so then it's like, you know, okay, I might want to go out, but my body is like, you are not. You are not. And oh my gosh, you know what? I'm just gonna quickly mention something. My camera is gonna die, but I finished an audiobook I've been listening to, and I'm gonna mention it in another video, but I want to talk about it because I loved it, and it's called The Lesbiana's Guide to Catholic School, I think, by Sonora Reyes. I unfortunately do not have, my phone is over there, and so I hope I remember it right, but Was a new to me author. I haven't really heard anyone talk about this book. I honestly don't remember how I found it. I guess it was probably in like 2024 releases, or I actually think it might not be. I think it might have come out last year. Anyways, I found it a little while, like a few months ago maybe, and I've been so stuck when it comes to audiobooks. I've been in such a strong audiobook mood the past few weeks, but nothing has been keeping my attention. I don't know what it is. But this one absolutely did. I started it last week and then I got distracted by other things, but then today when I picked it back up, I devoured it. You know, even though I was reading Make It Sweet, like in that moment, I was like, shit, okay, I'm not stopping this book until I'm done. And I loved every second of it. It is a YA contemporary romance. I unfortunately forgot the main character's name. But I loved her so much. So she's a lesbian, she's Mexican American, she goes to a mostly white, Catholic school. And so it explores, like, you know, obviously being in that environment and, dealing with, you know, hiding her sexuality and, all of those things. And she's scared that, you know, her Catholic mom is not going to be okay with it, and she honestly like expects her not to be okay with it. Don't know how much I want to say, but there's so many important relationships in here, with her brother, with a new girl that she starts to get to know at the school, and so many things that I loved about this. It felt like such a wonderful balance between the romance and like a coming of age story. I just loved the balance also of, like, you know, the struggles of hiding, and, you know, but at the same time, like, embracing her sexuality, aggression of it and everything about it. And I'm sorry if I'm not being very coherent right now. I kind of want to talk about the book again in another video, but I'm so fucking tired. Oh my god. But it was just so touching. It was painful, but at the same time, like, really hopeful and full of healing and courage and, you know, finding yourself and finding your home. And there were so many beautiful moments I wish I could talk about, but it would be a spoiler. But like, it was just so beautiful, and I thought it was incredibly well done, and I just adored it. And I really need to read more new to me authors, because, like, I do this every time, you know? I always expect not to love new to me authors. And I'm like, what the fuck is that about? Obviously, it's nice not to have super giant expectations when I don't know what to expect, you know? But it's like, I need to give new to me authors more credit. So I'm back from the intro, and basically the camera died at that last clip. And so that's why it was cut off, but I am pretty sure I was not saying anything that interesting or important, so I will just wrap it up here. Because again, obviously this video has been long in the making, and it's also just super long, and so I will just shut up. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. But thank you so much for watching, and if you made this far in the video, leave any kind of, you know, birthday celebrating emojis, because obviously, again, my birthday is far from over, but I'm sure a lot of other people are having birthdays. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye!